Please like and subscribe.
Oh my gosh.
He ran in there. Get him.
Computer, create live stream audio channel.
Live stream commence.
Listen, I don't have much time. Neither do you. By the time of this broadcast, 50% of the US population will already be rotten with ranch root. I'm a mortician. I work at Mort's Morticians off Route 10 in Hackensack. About a month ago, I was embalming my mother. She was a lovely woman, and she lived to a rightful age. But when I was embalming my mother, I noticed an odd abscess, which appeared to be growing out of her groin area about 2 inches below her pussy. On second inspection, I found that the growth was 1 inch longer than my longest finger and curled like the root of a waxy turnip. When I went to measure it against my finger, it moved. It coiled around my index finger about 1 inch past my knuckle. I screamed, "Gross!" And my boss, Mort, ran downstairs to see what was gross. He saw what I was seeing and he said, "Oh, don't worry about that, kid. That's just a skin tag. I see those all the time." I said, "I've never seen anything like that after 10 years in the business." He said, "Why don't you go get lunch and cool off? I probably should have let you do that anyway, considering your mom." So I went to my favorite taqueria. It was called Taco Bell, and I talked to a woman called Paula, who I sometimes came to Taco Bell just to talk to. I said, "Paula, what's good here?" Paula said, "Have you tried Taco Bell's new Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme?" And I said, if it's good enough for Paula, it's good enough for me. But I was frowning when I said that, because I realized that Paula didn't remember that the last 10 times I came to Taco Bell, I ordered the Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme. I ate my lunch and forgot my troubles until the next day, when I was going about my business, and Mort brought down a big body for me to embalm. While I was embalming the body, I noticed that it belonged to Paula from Taco Bell. That made me upset, but I knew Paula was a lovely woman, and she lived to a rightful age. What really got me upset was when I looked 2 inches below Paula's pussy and saw she had an enormous ranch root growing out of her groin. I said, "What the heck is that?" Because I did not yet know the term ranch root. But this time, when I touched the ranch root, I noticed it was cool to the touch. Its color was pale orange, and it smelled delicious. The smell was so pungent, I could taste it. And I said, "Why the heck do I taste Taco Bell's new Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme?" My boss Mort walked downstairs, and he said, "Hey kid, did you say Taco Bell?" But when he saw me staring at the wriggling root protruding out of Paula, he yelled, "What's the matter with you, kid? I miss your mom too, but you gotta stop messing around with these ranch roots." I said, "What's a ranch root?" And he said, "Why don't you go get lunch and cool off? Have you tried Taco Bell's new Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme?" Then he lugged the languid body of my Paula over to the big vault for bodies that nobody cares enough to bury. Then something interesting happened. I noticed that Paula's ranch root started wriggling furiously in the direction of the cabinet in the vault where we kept my mother's body. I screamed, "Gross!" And guess what? I scream gross pretty much every other day now, because pretty much every other body that comes into Mort's Morticians is lousy with ranch root, some of which are snake long. Finally, the other day I told my boss Mort, "Dad, enough is enough. We have to do something about this ranch root. This is not normal. I think it's pretty gross. We gotta call the Channel 5 News, because 5 out of every 10 Americans eats at Taco Bell, and I'm beginning to think that the new Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme has something to do with ranch root." Mort said, "Oh, I don't think so." And I said, "I think you do think so. I think that's why you started calling it ranch root." Mort said, "Okay, kid, why don't you go take a nap or something? When you wake up, we'll call the news." I said, "'Kay," but I thought that was weird that he said that because it was the middle of the day. Then, when I woke up from my nap, there was a big bubble around my bedroom at Mort's Morticians with plastic tunnels all over like when E.T. got sick in E.T. I said, "What the heck is this?" And I started running through the tunnels, hiding from scientists who I think work for the CIA.
You're right.
Right, what if the scientists just said that I'm right? So yeah, long story short, I barricaded myself in this room to hide from the CIA, and I took a lucky guess about how one of their master computers works. And now I'm going to tell you everything which I know to be true about ranch root. 1. Ranch root is gross. 2. Ranch root smells delicious. 3. Ranch roots seem to operate as a hive mind, wherein all the roots are somehow psychically connected to an unseen queen root. I believe if we were to find this queen and destroy her, the remaining ranch roots would recede and die. It may also help if we reduce our intake of Taco Bell by half.
Freeze! Hands in the air!
It's too late! They're already here! Just surrender, son. It'll be all over soon. That's my dad! Why, Dad? Why are you helping them? Why don't you want to stop the ranch roots? Oh, son, I did want to stop the ranch roots, but I'd already lost your mother. I didn't want to lose my queen as well. It's too late now. Now they've got you. Dad, I don't understand. Yes, you do, Mort Jr. You've always understood. Why do you think you understand so much about ranch roots? I don't know. It's pretty much all right there in the name. You're the root queen. No, I can't be the...
When was the last time you saw your dick, kid?
I guess it has been a while, but I'm back at the gym.
Shouldn't be eating so much fucking Taco Bell. Pants 'em, boys.
No! No!
No!
It's the queen! She's the biggest ranch root I've ever seen! She smells delicious. Don't smell her, just shoot!
Hello there. If what you have just heard has caused you dismay, why don't you grab some lunch and cool off? Have you tried Taco Bell's new Cool Ranch Crunchwrap Supreme? Seasoned beef oozing with nacho cheese sauce and a crunchy tostada shell, now laced with the tangy taste of Cool Ranch. Don't be a fool. Get it while it's cool. Yo quiero Taco Bell